Today we're going over my lowrider garage in GTA Online. For the past few weeks I've been using lowriders a lot, and I gotta say it is becoming one of my favorite types of vehicles to drive in GTA Online. This is definitely a type of car that is super underrated in this game. When Benny's Garage first came out, obviously there was a lot of hype around the lowriders. But we are now in 2024 and the hype has died down a lot. But for whatever reason, I'm having a blast driving every single one of these cars. So heading straight into the tour of my lowrider garage, we have the Buccaneer Custom, which is without a doubt my favorite lowrider in this game, and it actually might be the fastest. The performance on this thing is definitely worth taking note of. The Buccaneer Custom was released alongside the lowrider update for GTA Online, so it's been in the game for quite some time. This car was also featured in the GTA 6 trailer, so we're definitely going to be seeing more of lowriders once we go to GTA 6 Vice City. Heading into the performance of this vehicle, like I said, it's one of the fastest lowriders, if not the fastest. But the top speed isn't even my favorite thing about this vehicle. It's actually the handling and traction, and it doesn't feel like a lowrider whatsoever when you're driving this. It almost has that sports. And heading into the price of the Buccaneer Custom, it's going to cost you around $390,000 to convert it from the Buccaneer to the Buccaneer Custom, which honestly for Benny's Garage is actually not that expensive. Normally you get at least $450K to upgrade it to the Benny's Works. And like all the lowriders in the game, it is fairly cheap on that initial purchase off the Benny's website. But once again, if you are looking to buy your first lowrider, the Buccaneer Custom should definitely be high on that list. It's an all-around perfect car. Not only is this car good for the lowrider class, but it's one of the best vehicles in the game. Next up, we have another classic lowrider in the game. We have the Voodoo Custom, which again was released with the lowriders update. And the Voodoo Custom, in my opinion, has one of the best liveries to have. This just goes so well with so many different paint schemes you can have. The Voodoo Custom is going to cost you a little bit more if you're trying to purchase it. The conversions at Benny's Motorworks is going to cost you $420,000. But again, that initial purchase of the Voodoo isn't going to cost much at all. It's the conversion when you bring it to Benny's that's going to cost you the most money. The only thing that I really dislike about the Voodoo Custom is that you don't get a lot of customizations that you would for the other vehicles. But all in all, this is probably like the starter lowrider that everyone is going to be looking for. It's super cheap. In my honest opinion, if you're looking for a lowrider, these are probably the two most popular that you can have, the Buccaneer Custom and the Voodoo Custom. Next up, we have the Manana, which has been in the GTA universe since GTA 3. So this is definitely an OG vehicle, and you probably have seen it before if you played the other GTA games. The best part about the lowriders in this game is that you can find these cars right off the street in the different gang territories and neighborhoods. So I literally found this Manana completely how it is. I didn't upgrade this thing whatsoever. This was just sitting outside the family's neighborhood. But like I was saying, the Manana is definitely an OG vehicle. It's been around since Grand Theft Auto 3 and has made an appearance in every game since. I do gotta say though, the customizations for this car isn't the greatest. You don't get a lot of options, kind of just like how the Voodoo is. It's literally been in every GTA since Grand Theft Auto 3, which is probably all the GTAs that you've played if you're watching this. So that OG factor is definitely a reason why I got it and should be why you get it as well. But like I said, I didn't customize this vehicle whatsoever. It literally came with that little livery by the wheels, the different wheels. I don't even think those are stock. But yeah, if you go to the territories around southern Los Santos, you have the Ballers, which hang out over here. You have the families up here, and then you also have the Vagos right here. And all of these different neighborhoods, you can find a car like this in the respected color of the gang. So just a heads up, if you're in the area and you're looking for a lowrider, you don't want to spend money, this is definitely the best way to do that. Coming up next, we have the Bravado Greenwood, which technically isn't a lowrider, but it has all the customizations for a lowrider. It doesn't really make sense. It probably shouldn't even be in this garage, but I'm gonna call it a lowrider because it has literally every customization that a lowrider would have. But besides the street level suspension, every little livery, customizations, the chrome side paneling that you can add, it just screams lowrider, and I don't know why it isn't classified as a lowrider. Based out of all of the cars that I have in this garage, the Greenwood is going to be the fastest by far. Plus the customizations, like I said, there is a ton of customizations for this vehicle. You could get very creative. You can turn it into a race car or a lowrider like I did, and it honestly looks amazing. I love this car. The only thing that sucks about the Greenwood is that it's going to cost you around $1.5 million just to purchase it. Or if you do the trade-in price, it'll cost you around $1.1 million. So with all the customizations, you're going to be looking at a pretty hefty bill after customizing. Moving on to our next vehicle, we have the Slam Van. Obviously, for a lowrider garage, I had to have a lowrider truck, and I ended up going with the Slam Van. This vehicle has been in GTA Online since 2014 when it was released, a part of the Festive Surprise update. So this car is super OG. That's one of the main reasons why I wanted to have it. It was definitely before its time, and the Slam Van is exactly what you think it is going to be. It's a lowrider truck. You can't really expect too much from it. The performance is all right, and the traction is definitely nothing to take note of. But for a lowrider truck, it's definitely something that you're going to want to add to your lowrider collection. There's a ton of different customizations that you can add to the Slam Van as well. Me personally, I decided to keep it as minimal as possible just because I like the minimal aspect of the Slam Van. There's a whole lot of different liveries and different options to kind of customize and be really creative with. You can purchase the original Slam Van for only $15,000, and then for the conversion at Benny's Motorworks, it'll cost you $415,000, so you're looking at a total of $430K to have the lowrider Slam Van. So I think almost all of the conversions that we did for this lowrider garage were around the same price, around $400,000 to $430,000. So it really isn't that expensive at all for these lowriders. That original Benny's price when you bring it into the garage definitely does seem like a lot, but after the customizations, you're still not spending over $1 million. But again, there are a few lowrider trucks and vans that you can have. I would definitely recommend the Slam Van for the best lowrider truck in the game. And last but not least, we have these two Tornadoes, one coming from the Vagos neighborhood and one coming from the Ballers neighborhood. And just like the Manana over here, these cars came from right off the street in those neighborhoods. Now, what's special about the Tornadoes for this lowrider class is that these are actually extremely rare. The Vagos Tornado is one of the most rare vehicles in this entire game. It is extremely hard to find this in the Vagos territory. You normally just find the Buccaneers or Mananas. For whatever reason, Rockstar wanted the Tornado to be like one of the most rare and sought after cars in the game. Oh, you have the Mariachi Tornado and then the Vagos Tornado, which seems to be like some of the hardest vehicles to find. So if you're driving in southern Los Santos, you're driving through the gang neighborhoods, definitely keep a lookout for these vehicles because they're actually pretty rare. Obviously, I haven't found the green Tornado, which would be the family's Tornado. I'm still on the look for that. I haven't seen one. But again, these are completely free. You're able to find these on the side of the road in these territories. So definitely keep a look out for these vehicles and the other ones, the Buccaneer, the Manana. They're all free and they come with customizations already on the vehicles, so that makes it even cooler. But that is what I have for my lowrider garage. I actually love how this looks. Obviously, I'm in the agency right now, so it's just a floor, but you get the point. This is my full lowrider floor for this garage. I still have a few spots open. I think I have 2 spots open right there, so I got to figure out what I want to put there. Obviously, I'm gonna have to get the family's Tornado, so I have all 3. But let me know what you guys think, what I should add, maybe remove. And if you guys want to see more GTA videos like this, I upload every single week, so subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out.